Remember this, your voice is worthy to be heard. Don't ever think that you're too much for people. Just actually take that belief and begin to work with it. Be like, I often feel like I'm too much for people. I feel like I talk too much, or nobody gets me, or if I'd be better off not to speak. And begin to like remind yourself and work through that. Like, actually, I'd go outside. Next time you feel that way, like you're too much, go outside by yourself and just begin to feel into it and be like, I always feel like I'm too much. Like, people never get me. They never want to hear what I have to say. I feel misunderstood, and but then start, as you're crying, using that emotion, because that's how we begin to shift timelines, shift into a higher, more elevated frequency. As you're feeling that you're not good enough, you begin to declare what you really are, the truth. Because when you speak the truth over your life, that will begin to be created. Because what you're doing is you're dispelling the illusion that you're not good enough. See, it's the lie that is preventing us from being our full, authentic, true self. I'm not good enough. Nobody wants to hear my voice. I'm not good enough to, my voice isn't worthy to be heard. And you begin to declare, I am good enough. I am worthy to be heard. I deserve better than this. My voice matters. People do want to hear what I have to say. Maybe those people don't. But hey, what I'm saying though is try it out. As you begin to release that energy, those pent up emotions and feelings that came from your childhood, of where maybe your voice was stifled. Maybe you were made to feel like you couldn't speak up. As you begin to release that and declare the truth of your life, you'll find out that the people in your life will shift. They'll change their energy. They'll change. They will show up differently. All of a sudden they'll be asking you questions. They'll be like, hey man, what do you know about this? And sometimes you gotta walk through the past reflection first to get to the present. Because the past will show up, because it's what you've been believing, what you've been thinking, and as you see that, you maintain the truth of knowing this. My voice is worthy to be heard. I am good enough. And, because energy doesn't go anywhere until you release it. So it's a belief system. It's kind of like if you downloaded Windows 98 and you've never upgraded to Windows 11 or 12, your computer's still a little outdated. So all you gotta do is update that thing, baby, with a new belief that you are worthy and deserving. Your voice matters. You're good enough as you are. And those who aren't for you, they're gonna disappear, man. And you're gonna find out by being your authentic, true self and speaking your truth and showing up fully, the people that are for you, they're gonna be right there. They're gonna be waiting. They're like, where have you been all my life? Because they've been waiting for you to show up. They've been waiting for you to step fully into your power. The world needs one of you. The world needs one of you. That's every one of you. The world needs one of you. All of you. There's only one of you. And when you fully step into your authentic self, the people that are for you will show up for you. You gotta show up for yourself first. So, if you've been believing, because I can tell you your voice matters, but you're gonna have to shift that belief. And it comes from declaring it to yourself, speaking that over your life, and feeling through that old, dense feelings. There's a bunch of, there's a feeling behind that. Next time you feel like your voice doesn't matter, or you're not being heard, or no one wants to hear you, how does that make you feel? How does it make you feel? You don't feel good enough. You're like, man, I wish I was like so-and-so. People like to hear what they have to say. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. Makes you feel pretty bad, doesn't it? And you kind of like, I'm saying lean into it. And begin to ask, why is this? Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel this way? I feel like I'm not good enough. I feel like nobody wants to hear what I have to say. I feel like alone in this world. I wish I could just find my tribe. And then you just begin to like take that emotion as it's coming out, releasing. Tears, man. Tears are the holy water, man. Tears are the holy water that'll water the seeds of your soul, baby. And as you begin to cry out those tears, you're releasing the old energy. You're releasing the old, like, programming. It's just coming out. Because as that stays in your body, it continues to manifest in your reality. So as you begin to release it and you let go of that old belief, you begin to speak a new one and you replace it with what God says about your life. That you, my child, are worthy. That you, my child, are good enough. That you, my child, have a voice that is going to change nations. Most of us that have felt like we're not good enough or no one wants to hear what we have to say, you got a big purpose. And And there's a reason that that block has been put on you. Because the more that you buy into that, the more this matrix reality can be perpetuated. But once you start speaking your truth, confidently, boldly, and with the sauce, baby, it will shake people to their core. Because you'll begin to speak straight into their soul. And a part of them will know what you're saying is true, because it is the truth. So, don't ever be afraid to speak your truth. Don't ever be afraid to speak up. Don't ever be afraid to share what is on your mind, because your voice matters. What you have to say will make a difference in someone else's life. The person I used to be, I used to think that no one wanted to hear what I had to say. I wasn't good enough. That, who am I? Coming out of drug addiction and things, like my early TikTok guy, I was very insecure, man. But the more I stayed at it, and I didn't let the old beliefs, see, I didn't have anyone telling me, hey, you're actually good enough, man. These are old beliefs. I kept looking for validation from people. Hey, like in my own, you guys would be saying this, but in my own family and stuff, nobody was validating me. Like, I'm like, dude, I just said this today, and this happened. It was really cool. And they'd be kind of like, oh, that's cool. Almost like it didn't matter. Like I was crazy. Like, what do you mean? Oh, well, what did you do? So I didn't get that external validation. I had to continue persevering until finally I saw myself as I was. When I began to see myself the way everyone else was seeing me, my whole world changed. So, if there's one person you can trust, man, I hope it's me, man. I hope you know that the words I'm speaking to you are true. And that those are lies. That you matter. And that you're worthy to be heard.